Hey guys, welcome back. I think I initially promised this lecture was going to be about more like configuration kind of stuff. Um, but I decided just to have the next two lectures on deploying, and then we can get to configuration after. The benefit of deploying now is that we can do all the complicated work, and then after that, deploying updates is just going to be simple. So it's you can almost actually think of it as like a setup step in a way. Um, okay, but there's going to be one thing I'm going to do before that, which is um, make the app uh, like functional in a basic form by just disabling the purchase date field, because that was the only thing kind of getting in the way of things kind of working. So I'm just going to go to the products migration. I'm going to add nullable to the purchase date. Then I'm going to run HB artisan migrate rollback. Hmm. These work, these work. And then we're going to deploy the front end. And then the next lecture, we're going to deploy the back end. Um, okay, there we go. So that just rolled that back. Now create it. Okay, so now if we look at products, the purchase date is now not okay. So I'm also just going to change that in here as well. So in our product model, instead of it saying sometimes required, I'm going to say nullable. Similarly on the front end, got our products model, purchase date now is nullable. So I think we're good to go now. Uh, yeah, okay, so I'm going to npm run build now. So this is what you have to do to deploy. While that runs, um, I'm not sure, I actually don't think I touched on this, but we need a development here. In fact, this shouldn't be here. No, this should be here. This shouldn't be here. So I'm just going to open it to have a look. Um, okay, so this API key, okay. So it's got the same API key for Google Maps, sorry. But then our backend URL, we're going to have to make this the same as what our backend URL is going to be on live. So I've purchased this domain. So this is going to be the domain that I'm going to be using. But yeah, essentially what you're going to need to do is just paste this here. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make sure you create that file. So copy production example, remove that, and then paste in your backend URL. So, and then our Google Map API key. Okay, so now we can run npm run build, and it's going to use the env from here. Unknown. Uh, Um, just wait for it to finish. Actually, let's not wait for it to finish. Let's go to GitHub. So, but it is going to be still just completing in the background. Let's create a new repo, which I've actually already created. Um, right, this is which is this repo. But I'm going to start it from scratch since you guys. Actually, I'm not going to start it from scratch. I created a repo, downloaded it. I I added stuff to it, but I'm going to just delete what I added so that I can show you guys again what I've done. Okay, so here it is. Here's the contents. I'm going to delete the contents and then just commit that. So we start from scratch. Okay, first thing I'm going to add is an htaccess file. So you can just create our dot htaccess. Then, I mean, you can even just open it with Notepad at this point. Then I'm going to go to the Wizbug Frontend repo has that. I'm just going to paste it in. All that's going to do is force HTTPS. Okay. Then we're going to take what is now built from our front end, which appears in here, the dist file inside spar. So then copy these files. Then paste that in. Then, yeah, so this is what we're doing for our initial deploy. But here's the files. So these two files aren't coming through. So, okay, now they're in. Then you can go here, commit that. Great, so that's that done. Then next thing is our hosts. So I've got a shared host. Hosting is another like development tool kind of thing. So it's something that's beyond the scope of the course, but you can research that kind of thing elsewhere. But yeah, essentially, if you want to deploy stuff, you have to have a host. So I've got bought a shared host. Shared hosts are the cheap ones. I'm going to go into that now. I can also SSH into my shared host, but I want to take you through their control panel as well. So I'm going to log in. And the login process will change depending on the host. Then I'm going to locate myself with my commands to the correct directory. So my front end is going to be in the public .html folder, then in red.bluegem.mi.txt. Now this folder actually contains stuff already, which is why I wanted to go in here to delete those contents. It's taking long. I'm going to pause until it's loaded because I don't want to waste time. Okay, so this is how I navigate to the control panel for my site, where I can like access a kind of a WYSIWYG interface, so that I don't have to use commands to do things. because there's some things I just want to do with clicks instead. So I'm it takes me to my public HTML folder. We've got a public folder and a private folder. The private folder is the parent one. So this is my public one. So this has already got contents, so I'm deleting it. And then I'm going to create a new folder. That's empty. Okay. So now I need the URL of this repo that I'm going to use next. So git clone, paste it in, then I'm going to put a full stop so that it clones the contents to the current directory, not into a new subdirectory. Then that's done. So now if I go to red 325, then I can see that I've got the stuff here. But the thing is, there's no backend. Well, there shouldn't be a backend. I think there is a backend currently working on here, but in theory, there shouldn't be one. So let's act as though there isn't, and in which case I need to bring it in. So our backend is going to be in two parts. Oh, wait, the backend is actually going to be in the next video. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Well, we'll talk about deploying the backend.